Hello and welcome to my presentation. Today I will explore several key leadership concepts from Primal Leadership, Learning to Lead with Emotional Intelligence, and Emotional Intelligence 2.0. I will explain how I can apply these concepts to my personal leadership development. These concepts include resonant leadership, leadership repertoire, dissonant styles, the 5 discoveries, the emotional reality of teams, and the creation of an ideal vision. Throughout this presentation, I will provide examples from my own experiences to illustrate how these ideas can be applied in real world contexts. My goal is not just to show what these concepts are, but how they can directly improve my effectiveness as a leader and enhance team performance. So, resonant leadership refers to leaders who are emotionally intelligent, meaning they understand both their own emotions and the emotions of those around them. These leaders are able to create an environment that easily inspires engagement, motivates team members, and encourages collaboration. In my own personal experience, I recall working on a group project where the leader actively acknowledged each member's contributions. This recognition increased motivation and fostered a sense of belonging. Experiencing this firsthand helped me understand the tangible impact resonant leadership can have on performance and overall morale. To apply this to my own development, I will aim to focus on active listening, empathy, emotional awareness. By understanding how my emotions influence others, I can model behaviors that promote a team climate and build trust. Leadership repertoire is the set of styles a leader can draw upon to meet the needs of different situations. A leader who is flexible in their approach can respond more effectively to the team's needs in the context of the task. For example, coaching may be effective skill for development, while a visionary approach might be better for inspiring a team towards long-term goals. In my personal context, I naturally gravitate toward coaching and affirmative styles, focusing on supporting others and maintaining harmony. However, I recognize that I need to strengthen my visionary and democratic approaches. By practicing these additional styles, I can become more adaptable, respond to diverse challenges, and help my team achieve its goals more effectively. Dissonant leadership styles may generate short-term results, but they often harm morale, engagement, and long-term performance. Examples include commanding or pace-setting behaviors that push teams too hard without considering emotional impact. I remember a situation in which a team leader used a very commanding approach during a project deadline. While we completed the tasks, the team felt stressed and disengaged and hesitant to collaborate in the future. There's a real tear in our whole entire team balance. This experience highlighted the risks of dissonant leadership. By being aware of these tendencies in myself, such as becoming reactive under stress, I can consciously replace dissonant behaviors with resonant strategies like coaching or affirmative approaches to maintain both productivity and a positive team morale. Alright, the 5 discoveries are a framework for self-directed leadership development. The first discovery is emotional self-awareness, and that involves recognizing and understanding one's emotions and how they impact others. For example, I have noticed that I sometimes become anxious under tight deadlines, which can affect how I communicate with my teammates. Another example is when I'm playing baseball. If coming into a big game or a big situation, like I need to find out a way to manage my emotions so that I don't let them get the best of me. The second discovery is patterns of response, and that focuses on identifying habitual reactions under stress. By observing my behavior, I can implement strategies to respond more effectively. So an example for this one isn't necessarily me, but if I was going to use substances or something to try and cope through hard times, or if I'm going through some sort of struggles and I have a habit that I usually go to try and relieve stress. The third, sources of strength, is about recognizing what motivates me and energizes me. And personally, this comes from helping teammates succeed and receiving constructive feedback and just consistently getting better, knowing that I have some way that I can improve. Using these discoveries, I can better manage my emotions and stay resilient and lead with a greater awareness and ultimately improve my effectiveness as a leader. So the last two discoveries are values and vision and resonant relationships. Values and vision involve clarifying what matters most and creating a long-term plan for achieving meaningful goals. For instance, I value collaboration and transparency, and that's how I try to guide my teams. Another example is going to be relating it back to baseball. Wanting to try and play at the next level, I'm going to make meal plans, I'm going to make training plans, I'm going to make habits, and just allow myself to put my time where it needs to go in creating a plan. Resonant relationships are connections that are supportive and growth oriented. I have experienced the difference between teams where members feel supported and where they feel isolated. At the school I was at before Ottawa in Arizona, there was a lot of division in the team, and it was pretty cliquey and just didn't really feel as close to my teammates as I have on my past teams. And by focusing on building resonant relationships, you can foster more engagement, motivation, and trust, and just overall performance. Applying all 5 discoveries together helps me align my personal and professional actions with my core values, creating a leadership style that is both effective and authentic. The emotional reality of teams refers to the collective emotions experienced by team members, which are heavily influenced by leaders' emotional tone. Leaders who demonstrate optimism, empathy, and resilience create a positive team climate, and that encourages collaboration and engagement. I can relate to this because back when I was at JUCO playing baseball, a couple of the leaders on that team, they always stayed positive and they just kept spirits up all the time and morale going, and that really helped foster that climate that we needed to make it into playoffs that year. Another example is going to be in the past for a group project that I was in. A leader maintained a calm, encouraging presence even though the deadline was coming up, and we trusted and supported each other and focused on just getting our parts done, and we turned it in and got a really good grade on the project after it was all said and done. Additionally, developing an ideal vision is critical for inspiring teams. My ideal vision includes fostering a collaborative and motivated environment where team members can feel valued and empowered. By modeling behaviors that reflect this vision, I can influence the culture and performance of the team that I'm a part of. In conclusion, the leadership concepts of resonant leadership, leadership repertoire, dissonant styles, 5 discoveries, and understanding team emotions provide a roadmap for personal development and effective team leadership. Moving forward, I plan to expand my leadership repertoire enhance my emotional self-awareness, and clearly communicate my ideal vision to the teams I lead. Applying these concepts consistently will allow me to foster positive environments, support team growth, and achieve shared goals. Overall, these strategies are not just theoretical, they can have a meaningful impact on how I lead and how my teams perform. By committing to ongoing self-directed learning, I can continue to develop as a more effective and emotionally intelligent leader.